Hello, welcome to my channel, Paint with Terry. We're going to be doing a really nice summer themed painting. We're going to do like a river, have a nice bush background. And for that, we're just going to want to get our 2-inch brush, 3-inch brush, whatever you got kicking around. And get some of our blue on there. And we can go with a light blue or a dark blue. This is just going to be for our sky patch that's showing through. We're just going to want to start here in the corner. You basically just want to pull that down a little bit. We're not going to need too much because there's not going to be too much sky showing. We're just taking that color we put on and we're blending it, getting a nice even distribution across the part that we're painting. Now we can just soften that. And just lightly brush across it. When you lightly brush across, that's going to take out all those brush marks that you put in. That's really all we're going to need. For this next part, we don't need to clean our brush because we're going to be using a dark brown, and that will just overtake the blue. No point cleaning the brush if we don't need to. Now we're just going to come about, I don't know, so a little under halfway. I just want to draw a line right across. And we're going to leave this little section in here just for a little bit of that blue color. Now we'll just lightly soften the paint. Just lightly brushing it. That's going to take out a lot of that brush marks and give a nice blended look. Like I said, we're just going to leave that for a little of the blue color. And because you had the brown on there, if you want a new brush or a clean brush, just get a clean brush. And we'll do the same thing down here, just get a bit of that blue on there. We're just sweeping that up to the brown color. Just sort of something like that. And we can just use any old fan brush for this. You just want to get some of your green on there. We're just going to start popping in these little bits of green color. We don't need to come all the way down here, just up and around this area. Oh, we got a little green in there. Just going to come with our brush. I'm going to lightly soften that. You just want to lightly brush across it. Now we just want to get some of our dark green on there. And we can fill in this white area. We're just going to completely fill it in. You can bring this green down pretty much to the brown, or as close as you can get it. We're just taking some of that dark green. We're just going to start popping in a couple little things here. green here. That's just still the same dark green. And the reason that we're doing this is just because this is going to add some darker areas. Oh, you got those areas on there. These areas here, just slightly sweep these areas. Just basically touching the edges. We're just going to be grabbing it and just lightly fanning it in towards that green. Now that you got that in there, you just want to take some of your dark brown and do the same thing. I'm just going to pop in a couple little dark areas. Basically all we're doing is just adding a shadow right now, so it doesn't really have to be too fussy on how the color's put in. We're just trying to have some light and dark. Or just slightly fan across. You can see how much darker that green's got just by adding that brown in. We're just lightly fanning across it and just adding a bit of blend. Now you got those nice blend of different colors. Lightly sweep. Just using a really soft bristled brush and doing these little sweeps. The reason that we're just lightly sweeping some of that darker color, and this is going to be the edge of the bush, so we kind of want that looking like a little bit of the edge of some trees, right? We'll just take our brush and we can lightly soften it. You just want to get your 1 inch or 2 inch brush. Make sure you have it nice and clean and dry. You don't want any of that blue color on there. We're just going to take that dark green and we're going to make it just a little bit darker with some black. You don't want to use too much black because the black will completely tint it out and it will just look like black paint. So you don't want to be careful. But we do want really dark green. Once you got your dark green mixed up, just get a little bit on the very tip of the brush. We don't need too much. You're just going to start dabbing in some areas. You just kind of want to dab back and forth. On the edges you want to go nice and light. But as you move inward you can start to press a little bit harder. All we're doing is just trying to put some of that dark color in here. Better when you have different colors and different tone variants and stuff. It's just going to make your bushes look that much better. I know this is a little different than the paintings that I normally do, but just another technique. I think you'll be quite satisfied with your results when you do them this way too. And you'll see when you're done, what you'll end up with is a really nice bush that you can start to add some little trees and shrubs into. And if you've seen a lot of my other tutorials, a lot of them are just, simple ideas just to get you going. This one's going to be a little bit more technical. Takes a little more time to get these done. I'm going to basically be dabbing that darker green color all the way down to the bottom. Not down to the bottom, but I mean to the where the brown starts. You got something that looks sort of like a bush. We can start getting into some of our lighter greens and different shades of green and stuff. You just want to have a few different colors of green mixed up. I mixed up a few different shades of that just using some yellow orch and some regular yellow. You can just get a few different shades. And first thing we'll do is we'll start with some of that darker green. Just get a couple thicker areas in that we want. Maybe all we're doing is creating some trees now, some bushes and whatnot. And we'll have a really dark green tree up in here. All we're doing is just tapping the brush. Always better to start with the darker colors, and then we'll add some highlights and whatnot. I'm just going to have another part of them down here. Maybe just a little Now we'll move into our next color. Just going to take a lighter shade of green, not the lightest one yet, but a lighter one. Maybe keep popping a couple things here. Just into that green a little bit. Just basically adding the silhouettes of trees, bushes right now. Just wherever you think they should be, whatever size. Now we got that color in there. We're going to move to our yellow orange green. Mix a little green in with it. This is going to work as just like some little highlights here and there. We can have a little tree here in the back. Now we're going to take our latest green. I'm going to get a little bit of that on the brushes. We're going to start popping a couple little highlights here and there. That's a little bush. Now we can take a clean fan brush. Could use the other brush as well. But I want to make sure there's none of that other color on that. We're just going to come across here and just tapping in. We can do the same thing just along here. I'm just going to take some of that light green color and kind of brush it in around that area right in here. And the reason that we wanted to add that green in there is that's going to help with the reflection of these trees that are in the distance. Then we can just get a liner brush. We're just going to take a little bit of that black. We can start kind of tracing in where these trees are going to be. What we're really doing right now is just adding a little bit of trace mark where this would be. or wherever you think it should be. Maybe a little down here. That's really all we need. So we just add a little things here. Now we just want to get some of our titanium white on here. All we're doing is just adding a bit of that to that back, this back line. Something like that. And we can come in. We're going to have a little piece of area in here that's land. Just want to move these along. There's little areas every so often. Okay, you can just kind of hold the knife on, or the scraper on an angle. You just want to hold your palette scraper on an angle and let that paint kind of fall off. You just add this watermarks anywhere you think they should go. Much of them or as little. I'm just going to grab that white and slightly do these little circular. This is going to help blend the edge there. We can add a little poof of cloud up in the sky if we'd like. Alright, you just want to get your brush, get a little of that titanium white, dab in a little bit of area. And you could have as much or as little cloud, or if your sky has no clouds. We have this little area over here. Maybe add a little reflective cloud into there too. If you just want to soften that up a little bit. We can do the same thing on the water. And just take our brush and do pretty much just one brush across it. So there you have it. Here's your nice summer painting, and then you can just get your, any dark color will work. I'm going to use some dioxazine purple. And just come down to your initials. The reason I'm using the dioxazine purple is it's just going to kind of look like a darker blue. And I have it available. There you have it. If you enjoyed that painting, you can check in. We're always doing new ones. Thanks a lot for watching. Have yourself a great day.